Hey everybody, this is Kevin Shriver from Your Pet Business Now. Hope this video finds you doing exceptionally well. Thanks as always for watching. If there are any questions that you have or any concepts or anything that you're having challenges with and you would like me to talk about it, let me know. I have a Facebook page and a YouTube channel. I'm always down for answering any questions that you all may have as it relates to your pet business, getting more new clients, keeping the ones that you have, hiring and firing team members for your business. Let me know because I would love to be a resource for all of you. With that being said, thank you so much for joining me here on this video. I want to talk about two concepts that are very important when we're talking about customer service. In particular, when you deliver your service to your clients, you need to know these two pieces because they're going to save you a lot of headache and a lot of time. And they're the concept of primacy and recency. If any of you have studied psychology, these are the biggest things, the biggest thing that clients and individuals will remember most in your relationships. Primacy and recency. Well, if you can understand the words, you pretty much have this already taken care of. Primacy means the first interaction that you have with somebody becomes an anchoring point, as well as the most recent interaction that you have with somebody becomes the anchoring point, or something that they will focus around. And what this means in your business is we got to take care of the first interaction that we have with a client when we're delivering a service, because the clients are hyper aware of us coming in, providing the service. And so that first interaction, that first new client experience needs to be absolutely fantastic. Then, over a period of time, things diminish a little bit. And if you've ever been in a groove with a client, or you've gotten in a great, you've gotten 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 different interactions with a client, and they're just like, yep, love using them, they're awesome. They're saying that about you. Well, what happens is then, if, for example, you get in that groove, you build this recency effect where you've got a lot of fantastic interactions with the client. Now, sometimes if you ever have a challenging customer service experience where maybe you mess something up, or somebody doesn't show up, or you don't communicate, something happens, the clients will anchor on that most recent point. Sometimes they'll forget all of the other interactions that you have. And what you need to be doing is you need to turn around that most recent experience and make the next one like the first day, basically, but make it positive and make the communication that you have with them kind of over and above to kind of get them back. Let me draw a little visual for you. Let's say these, tick marks here are simply just the number of times that you are interacting with a client over a given period of time. Well, if the first time that you work with the client, maybe even the second time, the first couple times, the primacy effect comes into play. You need to make sure you're on your game, you're communicating to your clients, you're delivering a positive experience as much as possible to those clients in the beginning, because that sets the trajectory for the relationship. Well, then over a period of time, you start doing more and more and more and more. You become boringly reliable for your clients. They love that, especially if you're working with their pet. They want to know that the dog is safe or the pet is safe, and you are providing a great experience for your clients, and you're communicating that back to your clients. Well then, if something were to happen, let's just say right here, and again, challenging situation comes up, and whatever it is, we've all had those bad customer experiences, are the ones that we don't want to keep in our brains. Well, guess what? Then the clients remember that, and then they're hypersensitive for the next interaction and the next interaction. Not so much if you have it, they're not hypersensitive if you have one of those clients who's just like, oh yeah, it happens, no big deal. However, we all have some of those clients that a little bit pain in the ass, and they're just like, oh my God, you messed one thing up, or you showed up 10 minutes late, whatever it is. And my dog can tell time, didn't you know that? And they're remembering that most recent interaction. Well, if you add up another challenge, if you mess up 2 or 3 times in a row, like say somebody has a bad day or a bad week, I've had it with my team, they may become clients will become hypersensitive to that. And when that happens, they're looking at their check-in with their alarm codes, or, they're looking at the notes. If the dog's sick, they're hypersensitive to everything that's happening. So it's very important that you become aware of those interactions and get them back on track. So if you have any outliers, make sure you are getting on track, because clients remember the first interaction and they are aware of the most recent interaction. Sometimes, as you know, with some of those pain in the ass clients that are a little bit hypersensitive to everything, you could execute fantastically on everything, but then again, like I said, you show up 15 minutes late for some reason, which anybody can happen. It can happen, especially working with a pet, or some weird outlier experience happens with that pet, and they forget all of the great interactions that you had leading back, going back. So you have to make sure you understand your client. You understand that if something happens and it's an outlier, explain it to a client, but get back on track as soon as possible with your disciplines and your habits and providing value to that client. The sooner you do that, again, you'll get back on the recency train and make sure that you have the most recent experience, make that become a positive one. So, doesn't mean you need to be perfect in every interaction, but just understand, make your first ones fantastic, and make sure that you are, if you have any challenge with any clients or client experience, just get back on track as soon as possible. If you guys have any questions with this, or have any experiences with providing great experiences on the front end, or your new client onboarding process, whatever that is, share that. I'd be excited to hear if you guys have had any experience with, kind of that first new client experience, as well as overcoming a challenge that may have distracted a client from the great service that you're usually providing. Share those. We'd love to hear those. And thank you so much for watching. This is Kevin Shriver from Your Pet Business Now. Have a great rest of the day.